Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. We will be going over the XRP news, dot connecting speculation, you name it, not financial advice, do your own research, and I kind of wanted to just breeze through a few points. I know it's been a few days, I've been super swamped, but want to go over some relevant news, and be sure to catch the next video as well, so we'll go through this. So, as of recently, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but I just noticed that CGI has been added as one of the technology providers for the clearinghouse in their real-time payments initiative, for obviously working on domestic RTP, and again, settlement is one component of that. And of course, reducing, all these pre-funded accounts globally. We understand XRP. We understand more and more groups are building out CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. This is not a threat. We want everything to go more digital, whether it's fiat or digital fiat that's tokenized. It doesn't matter. It still needs a bridge, a highly liquid bridge. Every bank, every group will have permissioned databases, permissioned walled gardens, utility settlement tokens. But to operate on a level playing field, DLT will be adopted, and yes, I do believe, and it is my personal bias from years of research, that XRP still has a great chance and slice of the pie. So we know ACI, RippleNet partner, they process 14 trillion per day. Anything I don't go into, in depth and detail, go look it up yourselves. I assure you guys, these are, this is actual information everybody can find. So ACI worldwide, $14 trillion per day. We understand based off of that math, it's roughly $160 million per second transferred. Yes, this is the internet of value. This is going to be bigger than the internet of information, internet of data that some people live through in the dot-com bubble. FIS, we can talk about connections with WorldPay and Amazon. Finastra, top 48 of the top 50 banks of the world, RippleNet enabled as well. RippleNet here, CGI, we know them, Accenture, they all help deploy RippleNet to some degree, whether it's the hardware, the software, etc. We know they're going to the cloud. We have recent news that Finastra, RippleNet partner, and Microsoft signed multi-year cloud agreements. Again, just understand where this is all going, all right? So, we just noticed CGI was added, and I did a video a while back, and here's a screenshot of April 2020. We had no CGI there. So just wanted to point that out if you guys, I'm sure many of you have already realized this. And again, that CGI video I did like last week, again with Damor Sahami as well. Just showing a few points before I move on. So 40% of global foreign exchange settlement volume is processed by CGI. More than 20% of SWIFT payment transactions are processed by CGI. CGI handles more than 35% of all US wire-based transaction volume, 3 trillion to 5 trillion a day. We can go back to even here, and if we scroll down, we see Volante, Volpay, these groups, the Volpay hub with RippleNet enablements, if that's a word. We understand that Volante, even on the low end, is processing 2 trillion a day. Is it over XRP? Absolutely not. Not right now. I think you guys can understand why and what is happening on the back end. CBDCs are good. Fiat is good. Everything will be tokenized. Everything will be digital. All right? So let's go through the information. So recently we saw this, and this was shared by, again, Manny6Manny. So thanks for sharing this. So we have, and it sounds very familiar to something like PayID, or even kind of the talking points and script that Ripple utilizes to talk about payments, analogous with data. Whether it's, imagine if a web page took, 5 minutes to load. Well, that would be ridiculous. And the same thing with payments. You don't want to wait 5 minutes. You don't want to wait 5 days. You want it instantaneous. So this is Jim Reuter, again, talking. And this is a YouTube video, the US path to faster payments. Just a 30-second clip. And I want to show you how similar it is. And again, this is First Bank, Colorado.
That's not how our payment system works today. So if I wanted to send you money today with a person-to-person service, I would have to ask you what network you're part of, what app you're using. And, it should just be easier than that. A good example I give is if I want to make a cell phone call to you, I say, what's your cell phone number? I don't ask you, who's your carrier, what device do you have? I call the number and the call goes through. And we deliver on the 10 recommendations that are in the final report. That's the outcome we'll have.
Exactly, guys. So again, interoperating with everybody, whether it's you have AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, doesn't matter. This is how clunky architecture is. If you guys do anything today and you're unsure about your XRP investment, you're insecure because you're seeing other crypto assets go up, that's fine. I mean, diversify, do what's right for you. I'm just saying XRP is part of my portfolio because I see the probability and likelihood of success. Not financial advice, one guy's opinion. You guys are, I'm happy if you disagree with me, but just keep in mind the facts, all right? So, very analogous with, of course, when Brad Garlinghouse was on CNBC talking about this Disruptor 50, saying the same vernacular. You guys can go listen to it yourselves. Now, so we just watched this clip of the Faster Payments task, or US path to faster payments, and right here we have the Faster Payments Council. Well, there's a few technology providers, and that's expected. And of course, we've shown this a million times in this channel, but we even do have Ripple as one of the technology providers. This is Pat Thelen, I believe, or Tellen, not sure how to pronounce his name. Again, look at each person's background. You can see, obviously, JP Morgan Chase's Treasury, Ernst & Young. You guys can go through this. And then what I found interesting is this. Pat serves as an industry expert and thought leader with previous roles as the board of director chairperson for Nacha. Now, these are not small groups, guys. Nacha is essentially the entire backbone of the ACH network for the United States. And, I mean, as I'm sure you all are well aware at this point, Ripple Labs joins Nacha back in 2014. And then if you consider even the former DTCC president, and then, of course, being the chairman of the Global Payment Steering Group, which is AKA RippleNet, I think you guys are going to understand that something's been going on the past, anywhere from 8 years, 5 years. And a lot of people are missing the point. All right, we see the payment stack and we see settlement infrastructure, Ripple at the very bottom. We use, credit cards every day. We use cell phones every day, but the normal person doesn't actually understand how they function, and we don't need to. We just simply utilize them. All right, something to consider. Feel free to look into this as well. Okay. And again, Nacha, I know it's a lot of money, but to me, it's still low value payments. And again, RippleNet, ODL, low value, high volume. I'm still looking at the bigger players. People make fun of me because I've been talking about R3 for years at this point. And, they disagree and think it's too intangible and too much speculation. To each their own. Even if you look at the fundamentals of ODL, I still see this ecosystem being widely adopted and successful for at least the highly illiquid corridors. I'm still focused on, R3 with Corda, settlements, and again, Swift GPI. I don't think that these integrations are announced for fun. I think there is more to it. I think based off of the history, the people, Wall Street, Goldman Sachs-backed companies, there's a lot to this ecosystem. All right, so I showed you that. Speed through this. So again, XRP Crypto Wolf just sharing this. So Ripple's early investor, we know Standard Chartered Bank. They are on RippleNet as well, building a cryptocurrency custody solution for institutional investors. First pilot for the crypto custody solution will support Bitcoin and security tokens and could launch later this year. So another group in terms of custody. We know security and custody are obviously one of the biggest, barriers to entry to allow that institutional money to come in. Of course, regulation plays a role, but if there are not solutions to store these assets, these digital assets securely, why would trillions of dollars flood into this market? We know State Street's prediction, holding 1/3 of the world's digital wealth, said the digital asset type of transfer of wealth or this type of adoption will go trickle, 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 flood. This is not me trying to hype. I'm just sharing. And again, I do think that everything will be tokenized to some degree in the future. It's playing out unbelievably. 2020 has been crazy. Now, I get it. XRP is at 20 cents, but we're seeing others, as I've shown in that previous video, we're seeing a lot of the other holds, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 tokens, going through their pivot points, surpassing all-time highs. It's my belief the bull run has been here. There was a fake out, back in March, and even when we hit, 12 cents with XRP, and we're at all-time lows for VeChain, ADA. It is simply how the markets work. Why do the markets dump? Why is there manipulation? Why does this happen for 2-year cycles to basically wear down everybody? Because it's effective time and time again. People forget what it was like to see assets going 10%, 50%, 100% in a week, and it'll happen. All right. The question is, which ones will be sustainable? And retraces are, natural. I'm looking at a macro view as an investor. Of course, maybe I'll do day trades, but I'm just trying to, keep my eye out on, weekly looks. All right, so Standard Chartered, we're aware of them. We know Kahina Van Dyke of Ripple went there as well. Chess pieces moving. Again, I already read this same article that Crypto Wolf shared right here. So even back in 2016, Standard Chartered completes strategic investment in Ripple. If you guys want to learn more about that, I'm not going to waste your time. We got Standard Chartered to extend use of RippleNet to more countries in May 2018. So, okay, 2 years ago, they're still doing this and extending it. They're not extending it for fun. They have a vested interest, just like Accenture. Accenture, one of the original investors in Ripple, also working with the Digital Dollar Project. Christopher Giancarlo, former CFTC chairman, now an advisor on Ripple. We have Craig Phillips, best buds with Mnuchin. Also, we have board of directors, we have advisors. I wholeheartedly do not know how a single person could think the XRP ecosystem is a dead project. I can understand if you think sometimes we're in a slump because you're looking at price, but those are the people that are just circling on Twitter and not actually doing true research. All right, me, still zero doubt. I don't care if you watch these videos, I'm putting them out. And by the time this is all said and done, just remember that there was a huge amount of people that saw what the majority of the world did not even care to look at. All right. Again, was just looking at some, validators for XRP. Sorry about that. All right. James Rule sharing this again from 2017. A PDF. Standard Chartered is in the news and invested in Ripple. Standard Chartered is working on a crypto custody solution. So this is an older document. Again, you guys remember the vernacular. Ripple Connect, not really a term anymore. Just wanted to show you. They talk about Bitcoin, blockchain, DLT, the importance of it, and obviously many, many other businesses are investing. All right. Right here, so Standard Chartered also is partnered with Ant Financial. The connections go really deep. I know we've covered them before. They want to offer, and this is older as well, offer a new digital cross-border wallet remittance through mobile payment platforms such as Alipay Hong Kong. We got Gcash in Philippines, enabling 180,000 Filipino workers in Hong Kong to send money to their families, guys. Remittance securely, low cost. Standard Chartered has developed its own open banking platform, Access. Now, this is what I've referenced before. A lot of the researchers in the community have kind of touched upon this in the Twitterverse, and right here, which drives connectivity between developers, businesses, and fintech firms. Again, enablement, interoperability is just that key catch-all phrase, just like we use liquidity in this ecosystem. So, I mean, you can talk. Remember, I kind of chatted about any connections to all the global real-time gross settlement systems. Well, maybe not something direct spelling it out saying Ripple is connected, but you have to kind of connect the dots here, guys. Speculation is where the money is made if you're right, but it's also where the money is lost. So keep that in mind. All right. So we know Ant Financial, Standard Chartered, they have, access this platform. We know even Finabler and Ant Financial are connected. These are all RippleNet partners, by the way. DLocal, DLocale, Ripple. They connect to Tencent's WeChat and Ants, Alipay. We have Ripple partner Tranglo that we've talked about, and Alipay, which is the world's largest mobile payment network. All right, we're going to see more and more testing in these types of regulatory sandboxes, get their feet wet, and get ready to go into the deep end. All right. Right here, Anders Lundberg, again, great YouTube channel if you guys want to just watch like 2-minute videos of XRP and anything else. I'm going to start talking about other assets. I have no idea why people get upset if I talk about other assets and price appreciation when we're all just here to make money. I have always advocated multiple assets, and I cover XRP news on a daily basis because I think it has the most legitimate and backing compared to any other asset. Price, suppression by whatever groups you believe, whether it's whales, whether it's a company, I don't care. I'm just saying people see price suppression or lack of movement a bad thing. I see it as something very bullish. To each their own, and I've always considered myself to kind of be a contrarian investor. So look what Kahina Van Dyke said she's going to do at Standard Chartered. Why tag fintech future when going to work for a bank? So remember when she left, and again, Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple said congrats to her. We're glad you'll only be a node on the network away at Standard Chartered. She says, excited to announce joining an amazing team to leverage digital technology and data delivering next generation financial services at global scale. You can see her tags. All right. And then again, XRP Canada, thanks for tagging me in this as well, man. So we talked about Finastra, talked about them. And you guys can literally go through each tech provider. I mean, we can go through the participants. I mean, this has kind of been talked about plenty of times before. All right. Talked about CGI. Right here, so XRP_Crow, this is status, definite follow. Just sharing this, wanted to show you a little comparison of XRP versus Bitcoin, just for fun. Obviously you guys can love both projects, you can hate one or the other. I don't care, I just wanted to kind of show you this little analogy. So, we understand Bitcoin with the supply, about 21 million people could own only one Bitcoin in the world. However, 21 million people could also own approximately 4,761 XRP. Right now, as of June 2020, there are 2 million XRP wallets. Now, keep in mind, that doesn't mean 2 million people are holding. That could mean, if you have 4 exchanges or a few cold wallets or Ledger Nanos or paper wallets, those are each wallet addresses. So each person might have 3 XRP wallets. Some might have 15. So just understand that this number in reality for people is much smaller. Same concept. Okay. You can talk about drops, total supply, you name it. Just wanted to kind of show you that comparison. Let me see if I want to cover anything else. I'll finish up with this because I have a lot of information to cover in future videos. So I just wanted to read this. This is shared by Jamu. And again, this is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I believe this is the book by Robert Kiyosaki. Might be a different book by him. I know I've read Cash Quadrant by him as well. Basically all the same type of, moral, same message overall. So right here, smart investors don't time the markets. If they miss a wave, they search for the next one and get themselves in position. This is hard for most investors because buying what is not popular is frightening. Timid investors are like sheep going along with the crowd, where their greed gets them in when wise investors had already taken their profits and moved on. Wise investors buy an investment when it's not popular. They know their profits are made when they buy, not when they sell. It's in the waiting, guys. They wait patiently. As I said, they do not time the market. Just like a surfer, they get in position for the next big swell. Now, this is not just in reference to XRP. I'm trying not to, only talk about XRP. I'm just saying, for the crypto asset space, if you are in anything, I think that you are in a potentially very undervalued asset class. We see the trends, we see the investments, we see the money. We'll talk about Bank of England. We'll talk about Interledger Protocol. We can talk about obviously, future legislations coming very soon. End of year is seeming to pan out pretty interesting. There's just too much information on a daily basis to consume at this point. Back in 2017, there was, maybe one article about Walmart and a blockchain company, and everyone went, nuts. Now we're seeing this on the daily, and we're kind of getting, we're almost just getting, primed to just get used to it and get desensitized to this type of information. And I even heard King Solomon say this the other day, and it literally just, I couldn't have said it better. He said, people don't even care. Like, people are ignorant. And I agree. You got people just sitting on Twitter. You got people sitting on TikTok. Like, it's happening right in front of us, with or without us. And I'd prefer to take advantage of this opportunity to hopefully make a bigger difference and a bigger dent in the universe someday. So enough ranting for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to like and share. And again, big shout out and thank you to my top channel members as always: BMore1113, Lunar Phoenix, Jamie XRP, Crypto Beginner, Ken Melendez, XRP Holder 4, XRP Life, and all others. And I will see you in the next video. Stay positive.